Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost. This is Global War 85, Soviet Global Command, Operation Skyhawk 1.3. Okay, the first order of business for the Soviets is to roll for their random event. Bam, we have rolled. The event is going to be Years of Lead, which is PRF revolution in Morocco and neighboring Algeria, as you see there. So that works the same as any other PRF faction. Okay, got that done. Now it's tech. AMD, Advanced Logistics, Caterpillar Drive, Chemical Warfare. Yes on Caterpillar, and looks like no on everything else. So Caterpillar Drive to Stage 3. Okay, next up, Global Operations. PRF gets to place 2 insurgencies per turn, just like everybody else. And since PRF was formed at the beginning of the turn, they are in existence at Global Operations to place their insurgencies. So, they're going to place 1 in Western Sahara and 1 in Niger. Now, you may be saying to yourself, Ozark, you big stupid, it says right there in front of you on the map, impassable. Well, the design team has decided, for the purposes of this event, insurgents from Algeria possess the knowledge, skills, stamina, and so forth to survive a crossing of the Sahara Desert to get to Niger. So, insurgents only. These guys can't do it. If this becomes PRF, these guys can't cross the Sahara to go reinforce it, but the insurgents can. So there's those 2. Okay, then next up in Global Operations, we have counterinsurgency. Well, there's an American insurgent here in Afghanistan. So to try to get him out of there, the Soviets are deploying a military advisor for a free die and paying 1 IPP each for 2 more attempts. And then the next step of Global Operations is diplomacy. The Soviets are going to use their 2 free diplomacy dice to try to talk Saddam Hussein into a defense treaty. Okay, now we are at military aid and purchase. PRF, there in Northwest Africa, has an arms sales discount of 2. So the Soviets are going to send them an SSN for 2 IPP. And then they're going to send Iraq, which has a discount of 3, a ground attack fighter for 1 IPP. And then for themselves, the Soviets are going to purchase an amphib for 6, finish the battle cruiser from the build chart for 5, and save 1. Okay, there isn't any combat movement. So we move on to combat resolution, and we will do the counterinsurgency in Afghanistan. Oh, there, they did it. Got a 10 and a 12. So, the American insurgent comes off. Afghanistan aligns to, put that right there. Afghanistan aligns to the Soviet Union. So let's take that guy off and replace him with a Soviet MBT. And there we are. Now let me check the American. No, the Americans do not get the Americans do not get any escalation for that. Okay, so that's done. Now we go to the diplomacy role for Iraq. Look at that, there's an 11. Oh, who would have thunk it? The KGB is just all over it. Okay, so here we go. Get these shields on the Iraqi zones. There we go. All right, now that's going to be the end of global operations. So that's going to take us to, I went through military aid and, oh no, we rolled our global operations. All right, yeah. Now we're non-combat movement. The destroyer from M9 comes over here to join his fraternal socialist brother in M6. The Northern Fleet, which started the game in port at Murmansk, comes out of port. The two diesel-electric subs will not be in port, but they're going to remain behind in A9. Then the rest of the Northern Fleet, which is a battle cruiser, an amphib, a cruiser, a destroyer, and a frigate, are going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 with their port bonus into A11. There's that. Now let's move a bit closer so you can see a little better. The Marine in Murmansk moves one space down there to Leningrad. The Backfire and the ASF in Murmansk fly 1, 2 over here to Baltic states. There's that. I can chip him because now there's 2 Marines in Leningrad. Take him out of there. The ASF from Moscow flies 1, 2 over there to Baltic states to join his buddy. Let's go like that. The airborne in Western Ukraine airlifts into Leningrad. Chip him. The self-propelled artillery and the early gen MBT from Western Ukraine. 1-2 over here to Western Poland to support their socialist brothers. As the Soviets start the game at DEFCON 2 so they can reinforce an ally right off the bat. The early gen fighter, attack chopper, and medium bomber from Western Ukraine fly 1, 2, 3 down here to Southern Caucasia. I will get a card going for that off camera because it's a little crowded now. And I think that will do it for non-combat movement. Yep, I believe that's it. So let me go over here and dump this stuff. And get some units to place. The amphib is built here at the major shipyard in Leningrad, and the battle cruiser is also completed at the major shipyard in Leningrad. So I'm going to put these things on the Baltic Sea card over here. There's that. So here's now, this is the Northern Fleet that moved into A11, and here's the Baltic Sea Fleet here, which is still important. Let's see. We're actually going to call an audible. We're doing 2 more non-combat moves. The early gen fighter from Volgograd. The early gen fighter from Volgograd flies down here to Southern Caucasia, as does the ground attack fighter from Volgograd. They both go down there. Now we're done with that. All right. Now we have to go do a recruitment roll for PRF. I see 4 roundels. So here they go. Nope, that doesn't get it done. They used up all their luck in global operations. Okay, so now we deliver military aid. The ground attack fighter airlifts into Baghdad. Over here in Morocco, the military advisor is in place to facilitate the delivery of the SSN. Okay, that's that. Collect money. The Soviets are at 37 on the chart, plus the one they saved. He's going to put 38 in the Kremlin treasury for the next turn. Ozark Outpost, over and out.